Brace yourself, ladies and gentlemen, for our next expert in the lineup is a meditation expert, energy healer, podcast host, and an author. As a founder of My Mind, she takes people from stuck states to unblocking to manifesting in the most systematic ways. Wow. It's a pleasure to present to you Kim Scheller, who harnesses the infinite energy and power of subconscious mind. Welcome, Kim. It's indeed a pleasure to have you guide us on working with the energy mind today.
Thank you, Pragati. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen here.
Awesome. So, and now it's also time to welcome her co-speaker, who's also holding space for the next session. He's a visual sense maker, a story strategist, whose purpose is to guide leaders to lead sensibly by using strategic frameworks, situational storytelling, and simple visuals. So if you have ever wondered how to lead sensibly in a diverse world, mushrooming with new adventures each day while you struggle to adapt and love, he's the one to go to. Presenting visual strategist and biz story coach, Ashley Winnell. Welcome, Ashley.
Good afternoon, Pragati. Good afternoon,
Very
everyone.
good afternoon. Very good afternoon. And we're so looking forward to having this whole experience through you both. So over to you guys.
Thank you, Pragati.
Thank you. So, thank you, Kim, for this wonderful journey and adventure ahead of us. I've been watching, I've been hearing, and I've been excited to see each of you amazingly participating. It's been a wonderful journey for each of you and for us also. You know, the other day, my daughter was asking for ice cream. You have children, isn't it? The daughter was asking for ice cream. Now, as parents, many of us sometimes say no, no, and no. But this time, she was very clear. She imagined something very special in her mind and said, I want the chocolate ice cream with chocolate, sprinkles on top and rainbow sprinkles on top. And I said, okay, I can't picture it very clearly. She went to a piece of paper and she sat down and drew the whole ice cream on that piece of paper. Now, she didn't stop with that. She came back to me and kept telling me how she was enjoying the ice cream with all the scoops of it, the bits of it, and how it tasted wonderfully well in her mouth. No father can really say no to that, isn't it? You know what happened? We bought her the ice cream. Today, we're going to look at something very, very special. I'm going to give you a technique called the ICE framework, ICE. Just like the ice cream she had, the ICE framework. It's very simple. It starts with a very simple process that you and I are very familiar with, having just made the move from doing to being and trying to make this leap into your future that many of us can't see but yet desire to have. The first stage in ICE is to imagine. That future in your mind, visualize it. And that's exactly what Kim is going to help us with. She's going to blow our minds. She's going to help us see the energy that we have and the ones that kind of blocking us. And together, she's going to, spark you, charge you, and set you out like a rocket. But once you have done that, we're not going to stop with that. We are going to the second part of ICE, which is crystallize it. They're going to crystallize it. Just like my daughter drew that ice cream on that piece of paper, we're going to crystallize it ourselves by creating a very powerful future vision board for yourselves. And the last step, the most powerful one, the one where you get to actually live it out every day of your life until the day you actually see it for yourselves, is what we call as excited. Excited. Imagine it, crystallize it, excited. Exciting, it starts by having a story that you tell yourself. And these are three phases you're going to go through. What are the three phases?
Imagine,
Lies,
and be excited.
Imagine it, crystallize it, and excited. Great. Thank you, Kim, for stepping in and adding that. Now, before we dive into Kim's part, where you actually get to visualize it and get in there, I want to tell you something. Right now, even as you're listening to me and probably waiting in anticipation for Kim's session, something is going on in the brain of ours. In our brain, we have all these tiny little people. You can call them whatever gender you want them to, but they are right out there in the brain of ours. We call them the 5W2H. You know what's 5W2H? Who can guess it on the chat? 5W2H.
Ashley, this is Shiva here. Hi.
Shiva.
I think it's the journalism bit. Why, what, where, who,
Exactly.
when,
Wonderful.
how, and we learned 5W and 1H. I don't know about the second H. I'm sorry.
Second S is how much or how many. It just quantifies the whole thing. You are right, but thank you so much.
Okay.
So in our brain right now, as Shubha was saying, each of us have these guys sitting there and kind of doing something to you. You're thinking what is going to happen? How is it going to happen? Where is it taking place? When is it taking place? Why is it even happening? And all these people are right there trying to either help us stay excited or probably help us go on a tangent out of the seminar itself. Both can happen, you know. They have a way of sabotaging or a way of kind of helping us to focus and concentrate. So to help us really understand and crystallize the vision that Kim is going to help us understand better, you and I are going to take some time right now to start what I call as the first tool of the day. And that tool is called, any guesses? Any guess on what tool you want to use for crystallizing a visualization? You don't have to be right. I welcome mistakes. I welcome anyone being right or wrong. The sheet, post-it.
The vision board?
Vision board? Okay. Okay, we're going to use something called as imagination is definitely the part that Kim is going to get you into. We are going to do something called rapid doodling. Rapid doodling. So take a sheet of paper, a post-it, A4, anything is fine. Just take a sheet of paper and I'm going to share my screen. And right now, each of you are going to become expert doodlers. Okay? Expert doodlers. Believe it. That's the first step in doodling. Believe. Okay? So let's dive in. I'm sharing my screen right now. And for the next 5 minutes, we're going to do some doodling. Now, this is Vivi. You can say hi to Vivi if you want to. Vivi stands for verbal and visual. He's an amazing person. He loves to have fun. And I believe each of you are like that also. To start doodling, you need to follow a process called, okay? It simply means put your pen to the medium. Can be a tablet, can be a paper. Put the pen to the medium. Don't fear. Many a time you keep looking at the pen and saying, I can't draw. That's not me. I don't have the skills. I tell people, stop talking to the pen, put the pen on the paper. Okay? Second, silence the inner critic. Tell your critic, buddy, I know you've been troubling me for long. Take a back seat for now. Silence the inner critic. And then slow down by 1 second. I was telling a doctor the other day, the way to write good handwriting, doctor, is to slow down by 1 second. You don't lose much, but at least I get to see what you wrote for a change. So slow down by 1 second and then sketch whatever you want to sketch. And then tersely add the words to describe it, because visual thinking is all about a combination of words and pictures. Now that's the theory for the day. Let me dive in and you guys can enjoy the process. So take a piece of paper and start doing these 8 doodles. They're so simple. If you're done, show it to me on your screen. Okay, a few of them coming up. Wonderful. Hey, you guys are amazing. Wow. Okay, you're quick, you're fast, you are rapidly doodling. Wonderful. Wonderful. Keep at it. This is not about perfection. It is not about doing something remarkably exciting or beautiful. It is rather about creating meaning. Thank you. Keep it coming. Wonderful. Wonderful, each of you. Now let's move one step further and let's see if we can use some of these pictures, these symbols as they call them, to draw something. So let's take the square. the square. Let's take the rectangle. Let's take another rectangle, and we have a house. We have a house, maybe even a pathway. Can you draw this? Keep drawing with me. Don't judge yourself. Don't say your drawing is not as good as mine or someone else. What you draw is what you draw. It's not about success or failure. It's about the fact that you're creating something out of nothing. And that's the beauty of it. So go ahead, keep doing it. And let me ask you a question. In your world of work, what does this house with a pathway represent? In your world of work, be it a coach, a trainer, a facilitator, an employee, an employer, a startup, whatever you are, what does a house represent?
Work from home.
Work from home, okay. Root, grounding, knowledge, soul, stability. Now here is the beautiful part about visual thinking. When you have drawn a picture like this, and you want to share with someone, even to yourself, the way you establish what this is simply by adding the right word next to it. You don't put the word house, you put the word that it stands for. For example, someone wrote stability, I'll put the word stability right next to it. And that simply qualifies the picture that I have drawn. And in your brain, immediately that house represents stability. Simple. Now you're helping your brain to actually understand your drawing. So when you start using drawings like these, you get to clarify your vision that you have for yourself. Let's do one more. Let's do a picture of a cloud. And a pathway to the cloud on a mountain. Okay, what does this represent? Someone says Ladakh. Okay, I can reach the sky. Wow. Okay, let's draw some exciting stuff there. Expanding, Himalayas. Keep drawing as you keep typing on the chat also. Keep drawing. It's about, how do you say, flexing your drawing muscles right from here all the way to here. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, let me draw a large triangle. Keep with me, keep drawing with me. I'm drawing an oval. I'm drawing another oval. I'm drawing one more rectangle. One line. Okay, 2 lines here, and then I'm just that's it. I've just drawn Pragati without the glasses. Okay. Now, what does this picture represent? A picture of a human being. Someone says, looks like Jesus. Oh man, okay. She Pruna, okay. Me, happy girl, mother.
Happy.
Happy, okay. Right? Now, this is just using simple pictures that you saw just now. So all we're going to do in the next session of crystallizing, after Kim, steps in and takes on a huge journey, a quantum leap, we're going to come back and work with these simple doodles to actually create for ourselves a very powerful vision board based on what you imagined in Kim's session. So that is a foundation piece. Remember, it starts with imagination. So imagine deep, imagine long, imagine as much as possible, clear your energies, get the energies back, and then come back ready to crystallize it. Keep imagining, keep in the flow, don't change, don't take a sidetrack, remain there, be in the flow. And as you start connecting all the feelings that you've imagined so far, then Kim led you on this very powerful journey into your future reality. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to crystallize that by using simple, rapid doodling into the template that you have with you. I hope every one of you has the template with you. In case you don't have, let me share that with you right now for you to see. This is a template.
We can't see actually.
Yes, coming up.
Now we can.
Yes, internet. So it's right there, and this is the template that's been given to you, and this is your vision board for the future, which is September 2023. Whatever you imagine in Kim's session, that's your first stage. And this stage is where you start crystallizing it and start creating it. Now, as we start doing this, I want to make it much more easier for you. Right at the top is the picture of the future. And this is where you start putting in all the elements that you have been seeing as you move into that space by giving up certain things, taking on certain energies, and rooting yourself in where you want to be in 12 months from now. Okay? So draw whatever you want to draw on the space. Now, there are a few elements you can draw. So in case you're struggling to find what all you need to draw, these are the things you need to concentrate. The first one is people. You will, of course, draw yourself because you are the hero of this journey. You are the hero. Always keep that in mind. So you will draw yourself. However you want to draw yourself is fine. Who else? The journey is never complete without you starting to bless someone else, without adding value to someone's life. So who are the people that you see being blessed by your work, by your contribution, by your words, by your actions? Draw those people also. It can be simple faces, not too complex. Just put a round, put a dot, put a smile. You can even put a specs if you want to. Put some hair if you feel like. And then name them. Write the name of the person or persons that you see in your vision. That's the first and foremost thing. People who are there in your future reality. The second one are objects. Once you've drawn the number of people, give me a thumbs up. Let's go to the second group, which is objects, which is what? What do you see in that future reality? Maybe some of you see yourself standing on a stage and speaking. Seeing yourself standing here on a stage and actually speaking. Maybe some of you see yourself sitting with someone and doing a coaching session with them. Visualize what you see. What are the objects that you see? It could be a home, a big home that you want to have. It could be a car that you want to buy. It could be a person you want to interact with. It could be anything, objects. The third one is a chart. How much do you want? Is there a way to quantify it? This is 2022. This is 2023. What's your chart look like when it comes to a certain element? Maybe you want to be more grateful. Maybe you want to make more money. Maybe you want to increase the number of people that you are blessing. What does the chart say? How does the growth look like? Picture it, draw it. You only chosen a one when for you, which is next year, 2023, the month of September. That's when this dream of yours, this intention that you hold right now, is going to become a crystal clear reality. And that's what you're working for right now. So that's a when. Where do you want to be? Maybe you want to be in Bali. Maybe you want to be in the US. Maybe you want to be right where you are, standing with your family. I don't know. But wherever you think you want to be, just draw it up as a map. I can probably put as Canada. Why not? Okay. Picture yourself. Where is the place where you want to be doing all these things? And these are the elements of how do you do this. And then there is a process. How do you make this journey forward from now to the next 12 months? If you have these elements drawn, you can just show it on your screen so we can have a look at it. So motivating everyone else and the youth also to know what you have done. It's not about how good it looks. It's about the meaning that you're creating and how what is in your brain is coming out on a piece of paper. Okay? Don't worry about how it looks. That's when people give up. Okay, thank you. I can see it. Yes. Yes, thank you. That's nice. Okay. Okay, I can see it. Yeah. How are you feeling right now? You can just put on the chat or you can unmute. How are you feeling right now? Empowered? Happy? Chitra is always happy. Optimistic? A child? Amazing? Confident? You know, when till the age of 6, when you ask someone to draw, it comes very naturally. When you ask a kid, you know, cat or a house, the first thing the kid thinks of is actually a picture. But the moment they go to UKG or even first standard, the teacher tells them, no, it is CAT. And that's when the journey changes from pictures to verbals alone. We remove what the brain needs as a common way of doing this. Oh, I love what Shraddha is saying. My daughter has been drawing along with me. Lovely. Okay, wonderful. Now, here's what you're going into the space of creating this template for you. Like I said, this is your vision map. You can keep building on it as the time goes by. But right now, what you're going to do is to crystallize all that you have drawn here. You know, the people, the objects, the chart, the map, the timeline. Put it up here on this picture of the future. So put all these elements. So let me do that here for you to give an idea. So okay, so in this space, I want you to put all the elements that you drew just now that came out of your imagination that Kim was leading you through. Put all the elements here. You can keep adding more. Like I said, a vision board is not a concrete element. It's something you keep adding and changing, because vision is something, as you keep walking forward towards a journey, it becomes much more clearer, So as you keep walking, you realize, oh, I didn't see that. Let me add that in. Oh, I need to let go of this. Let me drop that out. So we keep adding and changing as we progress on, as we keep climbing up the mountain. Anusha, I'm using an app called Notability on the iPad. Notability, Notability. Yes, thank you. Shika, thank you. Okay, if you've done that, the remaining piece is something that you're going to keep working on, if not right now, but before the end of the next week. Not more than that, not beyond that. That's your time you're going to keep creating the remaining parts of it. The number one is the supportive people that you need. Many times in our life, you realize you can't make this journey alone. You need a mentor, a coach, a friend, family. Find out the people who are going to walk with you, your support system. How are they going to help you? Find those people, connect with them, share with them your story, and tell them, I'm on this journey. How can you help me move on this adventure? Find those people supportive, put your names and your pictures right there in that space. Okay? And then, possible obstacles. Possible obstacles. What do you think can happen as you make this journey forward? What may go wrong? What you may face? Preempting the possible obstacles helps you, when an obstacle comes your way, to actually break through very quickly. So write down the obstacles. If you can't see any right now, that's perfectly fine. As you see and imagine something coming up later, just put it there, because then the brain is ready to target it and break through or break it open or move it away from your pathway. Okay? And then we also have the pathway itself. Like I said, it's one thing to have a goal, it's another thing to actually achieve a goal. Many a time, goals are here. As someone said, now that you have dreamt and built your castle in the air, build a castle below it. Okay, the key for us right now is to build a pathway to that huge dream of ours happening in 2023 September. What pathways do you want to take? There are 4 quadrants here, 1, 2, 3, 4. As you start moving on, keep writing, keep adding the different things you want to put up there. Month by month, week by week, anything works for you. Okay? And then, in the picture of yourself, that's you, by the way. You can represent yourself any way you want. You can change the face differently. You can style yourself the way you want after the session is over. But that's you. And inside you are this very 4 elements, I call it as GIST. GIST stands for the goals that you have made to achieve in 2023 September. I stands for the interest that you have in achieving this goal. The interest you have in achieving this goal. Why should you do it? The interest. S stands for the strengths you believe you have with you to make this happen. The last one are the talents and skill sets. So goal, the interest you have, the strengths you possess, and the talents and skills that you have. Strengths are mostly your mindsets and attributes. Talents are things that you can actually do. So in that space where you see yourself, you can write down these 4 elements: the goals, the interest you have, the strengths you possess, and the talent that you think you have. Okay? Like I said, this is not to be done in one setting. I'm giving you the iceberg top picture. Write down the inputs, keep working on it. You have a whole week ahead to crystallize it and to make it into reality. But don't forget one thing, or 2 things for the matter. It is how you're feeling when you are actually there in September 2023. Many of us sadly talk about only doing. I am doing this, I am speaking, I am teaching, I am coaching, I am demonstrating, I'm loving. But I want you to go to the feeling part of it. How do you feel? How does the whole thing feel for you? Are you excited, or you're like, finally, I have achieved it? That's not the space you want to be, isn't it? You want to be energetic, enjoying the whole process. So how do you feel about it? That's the key thing. Write down the feelings you want to feel. And the feelings keep changing. Sometimes in quarter 1, you may be super excited. In quarter 2, as the obstacles become larger than life, you may feel disillusioned and say, oh, I want to give up. That's not for me. And that's when your picture of the future drives you to go forward without any hesitation. Okay? So keep this template, keep working on it, and I'm on LinkedIn, you're on the group, you can share with me this template and we can make it even better and more powerful. Okay? This is your magic picture for you. So once you've done this, keep it in a place where you can keep seeing it regularly every day of your life. This is your picture of the future. This is your journey to 2023 September. Wouldn't you want to see it every day? I would. And I keep seeing and telling myself, oh, where have I come? What should I do next? Whom should I contact with? Who has helped me? What am I grateful for? What I'm excited about? Every day in the evening, I spend time actually celebrating. Not the big ones, but the small ones. Hey, I did something special today. That goes right there in that template. You know, sometimes in Montessori schools, we have these small star stickers. You can buy them in any stationery store. Buy them. Put those stickers anywhere you want. Those are your achievement blocks saying, I have done something special. Okay? So be creative, have fun. But the story doesn't end there, because you have one more piece of it, which is the last and most powerful piece, called as excite. Excite. We are right now trying to crystallize it, but the last piece is excite. Exciting yourself to actually make it work. But before I get to the last piece of it, I want to know, how are you doing so far? How are you feeling about it? How's it going so far? And how are you feeling? Good, bad, ugly? Just wonderful.
Energized.
Energized. Okay. Can you put on the chat one word that you've probably never used so far in the last 2 days? That's challenging, isn't it? A good positive word you have not used so far in the last 2 days. Words that you feel, not words that you think. Okay. Nice. Now you're feeling, isn't it? You're diving deep into yourself. I'm just checking my time that I have. I normally tend to overshoot, so I ensure that I will not do that this time unless Pragati says, Ashley, you're so excited, but you need to rein your excitement a little bit. So the last piece is excite. So let's get into that. Now that you crystallize the piece of your vision that you want, it's time to actually build a story. A story is very, very powerful. A story that you tell yourself every day is a story that you're finally going to live one fine day. Okay? A story you tell yourself every day is a story you're finally going to live one fine day. Remember that. So right now, how do we craft the story? There are a few parts of it. I call it as 3 PDF. The story is always written in present tense. A future story is written in present tense. That means it's like it's present. It's happened. It's right there happening at the very moment. I can't teach you English grammar, but I'm sure someone out here is great at that. But present tense is present tense. Don't ask me to qualify it or explain that to you. Okay? Present tense. Now, having said that, there are 3 parts of it. The first one is the period of time. Second one is the place you see yourself. The third P is the persons who are involved in this process. 3 Ps. The person, the period of time, and then the place that you see yourself as in that moment of time. And then we talk about D. D is the doing and F is the feeling. So imagine something like this. The story you tell yourself. September 2023. I'm standing on this very beautiful mountain in this wonderful place called Vancouver in Canada. And I'm standing there with 45 other people, each one from a startup industry. And together, we are sharing ideas under the starry skies. And we're telling each other around this wonderfully sparkling fire stories of what we have done and what we can do. And I see tears in people's eyes as they listen and then soak in that wonder of that moment. I'm shaking my head and I'm feeling, wow, isn't this beautiful. As the air moves in that mountain space, I feel the breeze and the beauty of the whole environment. I'm telling to myself, what a wonderful day this is. That's my future story in September 2023. And I'm going to tell that every day of my life. What's your future story? So right now, you're going to create it. How are you going to create it? By writing it down using this framework. Remember the time, which is September 2023. You're going to write down the place where you want to be. Who are the people who is going to be there? Of course, yourself with more other people. It could be a coaches, it could be a family. Who are the people you want there along with you? And then, what are you all doing? What are you all doing? And finally, what are you all feeling about it? Especially you and the ones whom you're impacting. So Shraddha says, can we have multiple stories like this about health, work, relationship? It's good to knit them all inside one, Shraddha. Because otherwise, when one story becomes bigger, the other ones get dropped. But when they're knit together, they are a part of you and your journey. So one complete story where everything is part of it. It can be a larger story, doesn't matter, but still it's your story. I can see myself as a fit guy. I'm not fit right now, but I see myself completely fit, right? And I'm enjoying my work, every bit of it. I'm probably doing a cycling, monocycling on the mountaintop. Crazy, right? What's wrong? Let me do it, right? You use your imagination, play around with it. Because in the next few moments, some of you are going to share it right on this wonderful platform of She Mantra. Okay? So the ones who are ready, again, it's not about perfection. It's not about how good my story looks. Don't worry about it. Your story is your story. And the only one who has to believe in it and be convinced about this is you. And that's all that matters. Any questions? I mean, the participants are fantastic. I mean, you guys are on fire on the chat. I was telling it yesterday also. I'm telling it right now again to all of you. You are on fire on the chat. Imagine each of you speaking. Wow, you don't need any of us. You are by yourself a source of such blessing to each of us right now. Okay, so Shraddha says she got my story. Can you use for work? Yes. Work, family, all integrated. There is no separate parts of it. I don't see it as work-life balance. They always say it's work-life integration. You can't have balance. You're supposed to integrate everything together. It's you. With two different caps, if you want to call it as that. It's integration. So my story is complete with all these things, pictures. Okay, so who would like to take that leap of faith, as Kim said, and tell us your story? Shraddha, since you said yes, you'd like to go. Shraddha, then
I can go.
Sarika. Okay, Sarika.
Sarika.
Sarika. Okay, I'm sorry.
Sarika, can you please raise your hand so that we can bring you on spotlight?
Sure, all right. Sorry, there's some issues. This was the only hand gesture that's showing.
Okay, go on. I will try and bring you on. I'm seeing.
Already spotlighted her. She can go ahead. Go ahead, Sarika.
Yes, okay. First of all, Ashley, you and Kim have been absolutely wonderful. This is absolutely beautiful the last, few minutes, and I've made my notes and made my vision board. So I'm on the way to motherhood, due in 5 months. So for me, it's really about being a good mom and to kind of have a healthy baby. And I see myself and my family, and I've been working on boundaries. So kind of having a healthy, happy family and being very sure about myself and being extremely fit, getting back into shape. and launching my own career coaching business, which is something I'm working on right now. I'm also a piano teacher. So to continue teaching and starting something of my own where I can create a huge impact. So for me, relationships, health, family, and just and doesn't have to be perfect, but just having a good balance, like you said, integrating everything together. I meditate every day, I exercise every day. So trying to maintain that balance along with motherhood is a huge challenge for me, what I see, but also continue with my career and give back to society, which is very fulfilling for me. So I see myself like a year from today, like to be able to integrate everything I've learned and to be that person and hopefully to carry on from there.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sarika. Can I give a feedback? Would that be
Please,
okay?
Please, yes.
Okay. This is for everyone, not just for her. Don't get me wrong if I'm probably intruding, but the future story is always in present tense. So let me try if I can reframe it for you. It was all about I will be. So I'm saying I'm there. 2023, I, Sarika, am holding my newborn baby in my arms. And I'm sitting there in this wonderful place with 5 other people, each of them excited to start their new career journey. And I'm telling them, wow, this is what you should be doing. And at the same time, I'm healthy and I'm strong. And when someone asks me a question out of the blue, I am enjoying it because I'm calm and quiet. My daughter smiles, my child smiles at me, and I'm excited, the smile on my face. And each of those career people before me are telling me, wow, Sarika, you're making a difference in our life. I look at them, I hug them, I give them a high five, and my child smiles, and we move on into the dusk for another new day. That's a story for you.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I can go.
Yes, Meenakshi.
That's Shraddha.
Oh, Shraddha. Oh, okay. So, Meenakshi, then Shraddha.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, Meenakshi, you are.
Okay, so thanks so much for this reflective session. Actually, I missed all of morning and I'm so glad I could get into this one. So yeah, I managed to actually write it as a story and it gave me so much clarity on the things that I want because there are too many things happening right now. So I'm able to streamline, exactly what I'm looking at in the next 1 year. So this is I'm trekking again now in Spiti Valley, thanks to me taking care of my health and getting my ankle pain back on track. Lucky me, I've taken a week off from work at my organization because we've made considerable progress over the last 1 year. It's fantastic to have found such great partners, investors, and team for the work that we are doing. On the personal front, we've also found our financial rhythm back, and I'm so excited that we are planning for our trip for the year end in Australia and New Zealand. Somehow I'm feeling extremely upbeat about the way things are in the year 2023.
Wonderful. Can I give a feedback?
Please do.
Okay, just imagine yourself in Australia and New Zealand. Start the story from there.
Okay.
September 2023, I with my partners are standing there in so-and-so place in Australia and New Zealand. I have no more ankle pain. I'm excited because we reached our goals. We're financially strong and I'm healthy and vibrant, and we are united together to achieve lots more. That's your story.
Thank you.
Every day until you are in 2023 September. Okay?
Amen to that. Thank you.
Thank you, Meenakshi. Shraddha.
Hi, Ashley. Thank you so much for that. It's been one of the beautiful sessions. So I am at the Australian Grand Prix, Australian GP next September. I am at the Singapore GP September 15 to 17, 2023 with my loving daughter and handsome husband. We all are so fit and enjoying all these 3 days, 2 days of preparation and 1 day of the final GP that's happening over there. And with a lot of energy that people see me around, they come and actually ask me, and I am being signed for the biggest deal of my life as a coach, and this is so exciting.
Wonderful. I'm also signing up. Thank you. No feedback
You're
for you. That was
welcome.
wonderful. That was
Thank
wonderful.
you, Ashley.
Okay, we come to the end. So thank you, Shraddha. Thank you, others. So any questions for Kim and myself that you have? You can remove the spotlight. So we can look at Kim and myself around. Any questions that you have? And like I said, I'm available on LinkedIn. So is Kim. And if you want to, shoot us a message, have a conversation with us, take up any of our help in doing things, you're most available. I'm sure Kim will probably support what I said. But
Absolutely.
yeah. So yeah, we're here. So any questions you have for us, don't ask me about visualization energy. That's her. If you talk to me about stories and doodling, that's me. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Kim and Ashley.